Do you want more control over your ejaculation? Then you're going to want to listen to this. I'm Stephanie Ganowski, sexologist and sex coach for men. For those of you who are already subscribed, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you the #1 thing that helps most men when it comes to premature ejaculation, and that is improving their beliefs and self-talk habits. So in this video, what I want to do is give you a list of the most common beliefs by men with premature ejaculation, how it leads to certain self-talk habits, and I want you to see if you resonate with any of these. So the first belief that keeps men in the loop of experiencing premature ejaculation is performance anxiety. Every time you have a sexual encounter coming up, or if you're in the moment, you're gonna be thinking along the lines of, what if I can't satisfy her? What if I'm not good enough? What if she thinks I suck in bed? What if she makes fun of me? What if this doesn't work out and it doesn't turn into a relationship because of my problem? And there's all this anxiety and overwhelm and worry. Of course, it's telling the body to run away, and it only heightens your anxiety when you have these types of thoughts. But see how this continues the cycle? So you need to break that cycle. The second belief that keeps men in the loop of experiencing premature ejaculation: negative self-perception, or negative self-body image. You feel inadequate, you're comparing yourself to other guys. Maybe it's not even about, lasting longer. Maybe you're really upset about the size of your dick. You don't even feel like you deserve to feel good or deserve to have sex or deserve to be with this type of woman who's really beautiful or sexy. If you feel undeserving, this, once again, whether it's related to PE directly or not, is going to put your body in a heightened state of anxiety and tell you to get the hell out of there. Negative self-perception thoughts can sound like, I'm not good enough, I'm not big enough, I'm not attractive enough for her. So ask yourself now if you relate to any of these beliefs about your self-perception. The third belief that keeps men in the loop of experiencing premature ejaculation: believing in certain sexual expectations placed upon you by society. So this means instead of having healthy communication with your partner when it comes to sex, you might just automatically believe whatever's been shoved down your throat since a kid, which is you have to have a huge dick, you have to last an hour in bed, you have to make sure you pound her like a man, like all of these images of being this guy who's rough and fast and just gets straight to it. Basically porn, which is not real, right? Definitely not the way to pleasure most women, for sure. Think of those expectations that you now put on yourself, and that's not even what women want anyway. It's just not helpful for either of you. Sexual expectation, belief, self-talk habits are gonna sound like, she's not gonna like me unless I'm this big, unless I do her really hard. So instead you wanna ask yourself, what's actually relevant to this partner of mine? What is she like? Based on us sexting or flirting, what do I think she would really enjoy when it comes to being alone together? What do I know about her sexually? When you put all the porn thoughts aside, you leave room to actually be curious about the partner in front of you, and that's when you're actually great in bed. So whenever you have those expectation thoughts, I want you to dial them back and say, whoa, okay, not going there. What do I know about this partner? What does she want? What do I want to give her? How do I want to connect with her? What's going to be the hottest sex between me and her? What would that be like? Make it more personalized. The next belief that keeps men stuck in the loop of premature ejaculation is lack of communication. This is unfortunately a major belief among men, whether they realize it or not. And that is, I shouldn't have to talk to her. I shouldn't have to ask her. I should just know. I should just know her body. I should just know how to do everything to her. And you shouldn't. You're not a mind reader. You're not an illusionist. Sorry, you can't do that. And it's only gonna hurt you in your sex relationship, and it's gonna make you have more anxiety, because when you don't have answers, you feel uncertain, and uncertainty is tied to anxiety. You'd be amazed what asking one question can do to bring you relief around sex. For example, there's clients of mine who thought that their girl was faking it. And about 70% of women have faked it, so possible. But this is a great question to ask because it shows curiosity. It shows that they want to make sure that she's not faking it with them, and they want to make sure they're doing a good job for her. Make sure they're doing what she needs. So for example, clients of mine will ask their female partners, babe, you don't fake it, right? Because if you do, I really would love for you to tell me so I can make sure you're feeling good. That shows a guy who's not going to react on a bruised ego. He's more curious and wants to prioritize her pleasure than he's worried about getting hurt momentarily. You don't just know unless you talk to her. You're gonna feel so relieved and be able to be so much more present with her. Like clients of mine who have asked this and their partner was like, oh my God, babe, no, I've never once faked it with you. They were like, oh, okay, I'm glad we had that conversation. And then they could get that thought out of their head so it's not gnawing on them during sex and they're not focusing on that instead of actually enjoying the moment. Okay, next belief that keeps men stuck in the loop of experiencing premature ejaculation. Past experiences. This is a tricky one and might take extra professional guidance because if you have had past events that made you believe something about yourself, left you with a ton of shame, or you constantly are thinking that your next sex encounter will be like that last one that was very traumatic for you, that will cause you to have many thoughts of, oh my God, what if this happens? What if this happens? You're gonna once again be in this place where the body is trying to rush you out of there. So we want you to be able to relax, to slow everything down. If in order for you to enjoy it, you have to talk to someone about the past experience that's still weighing on you, then it's time to do that. The last belief that keeps men in the loop of experiencing premature ejaculation is cognitive factors. If you believe that you're not aware of your body sexually, then you're not going to trust your body as much. Really good trust building exercise for men with premature ejaculation is understanding your arousal levels. It's usually taught that there are 4 levels: arousal, plateau, orgasm, recovery. So you want to think, okay, what gets me to the arousal phase? How do I start to get aroused? And then at what point gets me to that place where I can hold off a little bit. And I actually feel control, like feeling good, but being able to hold off an orgasm. And then towards the end of that plateau phase is the point of no return. So that's that point where, once you go past it, you're in the ejaculation or orgasm phase. And then it's too late to hold off, right? This is why I say masturbation is a good tool for this. And if you want, you could definitely check out my video on mindful masturbation, which I will leave here in this video. That will help you understand what your arousal phases look like and feel like for you. It'll be different for every guy, so this is why it's important to be mindful about this and not just jerk off to porn whenever you're not with a woman and that's your only sex experience by yourself, because you don't learn anything there. You're not aware when you're watching porn. You're just mindless and brainless, and you usually feel bad afterwards. Not always, but a lot of you do. Instead, try to use masturbation without porn and as a tool to understand your body so that you can understand your levels of control. So there are many quick fixes, that people talk about when it comes to PE, but a lot of it is really about your beliefs, how you're interpreting sex. Once you're able to become aware of what your beliefs are and therefore what your self-talk is, you'll be able to call yourself out on it. Call yourself out on your own bullshit, you know what I mean? And be like, definitely don't want to keep telling myself this because this is tied to that belief. And that's not what a guy who lasts as long as he wants would be thinking. So how do I think more like him? What beliefs do I have to be that type of guy? There are physical factors as well. I'm not saying that it's all about beliefs and it's all psychological and that's the only thing that's going to help you. There are a lot of things that can help you with premature ejaculation. And if you want to learn more from me and overcome PE using my PE course, then check out the link in the description of this video. And you will have access to my method to help men overcome their premature ejaculation. I hope this video taught you something and that you walk away feeling more confident. All right, guys, that's it. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.